Side note, can I just say that I hit record at quarter till the hour just to make sure I was ready, and Google scolded and said, no, people can't, you can't have it like that. You need to make sure that they know before they come in. Okay, so, all right, wah, wah, wah. And some of you said, is there going to be a recording? And I'm like, yes, the tech gods operate. Well, the tech gods are me and they didn't, so I apologize. All right, back to who I am. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm a mom to 4 amazing grown-up now women. I hate to, and my values are honesty, kindness, and humor. I think I'm funny. Many people don't think I'm funny, but oh well. If you don't think I'm funny, then I'm not for you. Yes, because I have a lot of jokes that I try and throw in there, and a lot of people don't get it. Anyway, that's me. Okay, let's talk about what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about why I'm sorry. I'll redo it. I'll redo the first 10 minutes. Organic reach alone isn't enough, and why it's not your fault. We kind of already talked about that, right? Why most ads fail without brand awareness. It's the one thing most people skip because it's not sexy. It's not sexy. There's no immediate results. And you feel like, why am I spending money if I'm not getting my return? You hear all the time, ROI, what's your ROAS? What's your ROAS? And it drives me crazy because there's not always ROAS if there's not money, if you're not selling something. So, and then I'm going to introduce you to the bucket method, which is how we're going to get set up to do ads for just a couple dollars a day, where they'll actually start working, where you're warming up people and you can start selling. And then we're going to set up a campaign, and we're going to do this over my shoulder, and we're going to hopefully, I was going to do just screenshots, and then I thought, no, I'm going to try it, and hopefully it's going to work. And that's what we're doing today, and what you're going to walk away with. Okay, you're going to be able to set up your first campaign. Now, I didn't record the first 10 minutes, but you're not missing the juicy how we're going to do this. You're going to understand the concept of why it works, and we're going to do step 1 of this 90-day cycle. It is a 90-day cycle. It doesn't take 90 days. That's the beautiful thing. You could set this up in an hour or 2, but it's going to work for 90 days, and then the cycle is done. Oh, AI assistant, get out of here. Okay. So, and then we're going to talk about what's next. By the end of the session, you'll be able to set up your first visibility ad for as little as $1 a day. Not that you're going to have a general idea, but you're going to actually understand the concept and have the steps to do it. Am I going too fast? I'm nervous. Okay. All right. Who is this for? Who's this strategy for? You know, at the risk of sounding like too general, oh, I serve everybody. It's not me, but this strategy is for everybody, unless you're McDonald's or Nike and they're doing their own thing, right? We all know who they are. They don't necessarily need to do this. Most of us need to be doing this. And even, I mean, my clients that have huge audiences and are well known in their field still suggest that they do this. So brick and mortar, anyone that wants to be seen, need more eyeballs, you've tapped out of warm audience, you're tired of shouting into the void, and you want to be more intentional with content. So this isn't just for beginners. And so the common mistakes that people are doing when they're frustrated, when they've done the organic posting goal of hell, sorry, I hope that didn't offend anyone. I do kind of cuss sometimes. Okay, so you're running ads to cold strangers, right? you're just like, buy my stuff, here it is. I'm spending money. I'm going to make this worth my money. Well, instead, let's build up a warm audience first. Let's start that 12, 15 to 22 touches. You're asking for the sale immediately. No, let them see you. Let them see a lot of you. Let them think you're all over the place. You want them to feel like when you're ready to ask for something, whether that's opt-in or, a sale, follow, whatever you're asking for, you want to be familiar to them. And I know a lot of people talk about we're in a trust recession right now. And I don't necessarily want to buy into that. I think what's going on is there's so much AI, right? There's so much AI. And we're starting to, it's a blurred line. Like, is that real? Is that AI? Is that, I don't know. And I think what's happening is in 2019, 2020, everybody, when the pandemic hit, everybody started an online business, right? Everyone went into business and, things exploded. And you hear stories about, oh my gosh, I put $1 to Meta ads and I made 100,000. And, everyone was fluffing up courses and selling kinds of stuff, and everyone was home and had time. And I guess money was no object. I don't know, but that's what was going on. And that's the climate that we're now coming out of. So it's not that we're in a trust recession, but we're in a community / relationship. That's what we need. We need people, and we need to know they're real and that they're like us, and they're real people, and we need to get to know them. And it's always been that way, know, like, and trust, but it's more so now. And I don't want to call that a recession. I don't want to call that a recession. So, okay, so want to be the person that they think of when they think of your industry, right? Like, we see Shalina, we want to go, oh, I need LinkedIn help. I want to go to her. We see Des, we're like, I need YouTube help. I want to go to him. So that's the goal of these campaigns. And the nice thing is $5 a day. You don't need to spend $500. You don't need to spend $1,000. When you're ready to sell, yes, you will, if you want good results. But walking away saying ads don't work is, we're gonna fix that, because they do. By this strategy. So introduce the bucket method. Stop spilling and start collecting. The simple, low-cost strategy that works quietly in the background while you go about your day. It takes your existing content and ensures that it's continuously seen by the right people. Interested viewers go into the bucket. The bucket fills up. And that's when you can start making the magic happen. So this is what's going on right now. If you're not using this method, okay, this is organic content, okay? It's confetti. It's so fun. It's so valuable. We're giving so much. We're sprinkling it everywhere. And, oh, this is so great. Look at it. And then you're wondering what's going on, because, God, that was so great. I spent 2 hours making that reel. It was so good. What happened? And I remember, only 2 people saw this. If you have 100 followers. So if you have 1,000 followers, then 20 people saw it. Is that the math? I hope so. So that's going on. And again, like I had said, the worst part about this is not only is it 2 people, maybe 1, maybe 4, maybe 3, maybe none, is seeing this confetti that you're sharing because it's so great. You don't even know who those people are. So you can't say, hey, remember that thing I shared? Did you like it? Do you want more of that? Are you ready for something else? You have no idea. So that's what we're doing right now. Oh, that's all the confetti on the floor. It came a little late. So here's the bucket method. Okay. Now you're sprinkling your confetti and it's valuable. So don't let it fall to the ground without at least catching people that are interested, right? Like, let's fill that up. Let's fill that bucket up with people that we know like us, because now we know that they've seen our content. They like our content. We can now reach them the 10 to 12 to the 15 times. I know that sounds so depressing, but anyway. So this is the foundational strategy. Your ad is content, your valuable content. And again, this is your dollar ad. Okay, this isn't rocket science. It doesn't have to be anything earth-shattering, a regular reel. Anything that you're sharing normally could be your ad. So that's your valuable content. You're collecting interested people in your bucket. Your bucket is your custom audience. I'm sure people have heard that term. A lot of people don't know what that is. So the bucket analogy I thought was good. And now your bucket is filled with interested people, and we're going to nurture them with different content, right? Different content, more valuable content, more valuable. It's all valuable, but different. Okay. So let's say your first video was, oh, when I work with clients, or did you know, like, some secret, not secret, but something that that most people don't about your industry. That could be your first one. And the people that are interested, okay, now I'm going to start building trust by nurturing them. I'm going to send another video. I just said, oh, like I'm Canadian. I'm not Canadian. You're going to send out another video to these people with, something different, like, oh, when I work with my clients, this happens, or look at these great testimonials, or, the last time I did this, that kind of stuff. And that's your warm audience right there. These people right here, you're going to just every so often, not every day, not 3 times a day, every so often, you're going to hit them with another one. Okay. And it's your warm audience. Yay. Which means more conversions, lower ad costs, and they're ready by the time this 60, 90 day cycle, they're warmed up and ready to go. So you might be thinking, well, what's in it for me? Okay, well, brand awareness with your ideal clients. You're growing your warm audience. This custom audience filling in is growing. And the more you do this, the bigger it gets. And you don't have to just spend $1. If you like this strategy and you feel like it's working and you want to go faster, you could spend $5. You can spend $6. I mean, I wouldn't go crazy with this one, but it's not just $1. And I like to say, because you can do it for as little as $1. If you're not in the US, it needs to be the US equivalent dollar. So I don't know what that is in most places. I know in Australia it was like $1.30 or something like that, but I think the dollar's pretty bad now, so maybe you'll get it for a quarter. I don't know. So when you have a launch or something that you are ready to sell, you have your people that you can now target. And this is another perk, is you're seasoning your Meta ad account, which doesn't seem like anything if you're familiar with that. But when you have a brand new ad account, Meta has a lot of bots shocking, right? And they flag new accounts or just random stuff. They're usually not right in why they do it, but it's okay, and you don't want that to happen. So running these low cost ads on a regular basis, Meta knows you're real. They know that you're, they're starting to learn who your people are. Okay. Because you're going to have your pixel. Now you don't need your pixel for this strategy, but that's always my hill to die on, is everyone should have their pixel on their website. Okay. So that's what for you. And you're going to be, look at this. Woohoo. I'm all that. I'm the go-to. I am the person people are thinking of when they think of my industry, because they see you everywhere. They think they see you everywhere. When you finally meet your ideal client on a call, or they join your community, or whatever the case may be, the reaction a lot of times is, oh my gosh, you're all over the place. It's like, no, I use ads. All right, so this is real life client results. This is one of my clients. She had a very large audience. Oh, someone's muted. I just muted you. Okay. She came to me. She was tapped out of her audience, her warm audience. She was very, very niche industry, and organically, it just wasn't going to happen, because it's just almost impossible. It was like finding a needle in a haystack. So this is what happened when we started, putting $5, $10 a day towards this strategy. And now we did the whole strategy. We didn't just do the first step that I'm going to show you today, because we don't have time to go into all of the pieces, all of the buckets, because there's several buckets. But these are all increased her profile views, her follows, her video views, and her reach. And what we did was, after we did this, she was ready to have her webinar, and it just was like, wow, the conversions were great. Okay. So expectations for this strategy. And this is something that I is so important to me, is before I start working with clients, I really want them to understand what to expect, because all marketing is testing. Anyone that's familiar with marketing out there, it's testing. You don't know what's going to work. Just because it worked for one person, it might not work for you. There's a million different strategies, and they don't all work for everybody. There's so many factors that go into it, and you can't guarantee, right? Everything's a test. Did this message work? Oh, no one liked that message, I guess. Let me try this message. Did this visual work? Well, I didn't get a lot on that one. Let me try this one, right? So we're constantly changing and tweaking and testing. Hopefully that's what you're doing if you're marketing. So this is the behind the scenes unsexy part that nobody wants to do, because you're not going to get sales. It's not a magic fix. This isn't a magic wand over your whole broken business. And you're not going to get immediate signups or webinar registrations. So don't expect that. Don't run these ads and then, come to me or share like, well, yeah, I did this strategy Stacy shared and it didn't work. Well, it didn't do these things. Excuse me again. Okay. So here's why this is different than regular content and regular sales ads. You are not putting a call to action. We're not putting a call to action in these. I know that seems foreign and weird, right? Like, as marketers, or when you market, everything should have a call to action. Don't leave anything out there without a call to action. Okay. The reason why these ads are so effective is because no call to action. There's no button. There's no opt-in. There's none of that stuff. You are looking like you're just native in the feed. You are just, people are scrolling and they just see your video, and it's not like, buy this, do this. So there's none of that. And after a while, when you have a couple buckets filled, then then you're going to have a button. You're going to ask them to start opting in and buying. But the first phase, there's no call to action. So we need to get started. And I want you to know, because again, I didn't record the first 10 minutes of this, but get now, and it's recording. So if you don't have these things, come back, watch the replay after you have your Facebook page, which is different. It's different than a personal profile that you created in 2011 or whatever. A business account, an ad account. You're going to want to know who your ideal client is. A short form video. Now this could be one that you already have. Okay. So I don't want anyone to freak out or overthink this. And about $1 to $5 a day. What kind of content? We went over that briefly. Educational, entertaining, how-tos, behind the scenes, testimonials, your origin story, your values, who you help, all kinds of stuff, right? There doesn't have to be anything earth-shattering in this content. So let's go. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to go to Meta, and I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that this works. And I mean, hope this works as far as tech and all of that. You know, funny side note story is I was practicing all of this tech with Google Meet. I don't normally use it. And I was recording and trying to go through these slides, which have changed 1,000 times, and got done and realized the meeting shut off after 5 minutes. I didn't know why. So that's why I give you that little caveat. I hope this works. All right, I'm going to stop sharing for a second and check the chat, see if there's any questions. Okay. I can't. You can't. All right. Let me go to Meta. Now, here is where we're going to go for this. It's not Facebook. It's not your app. It's business.facebook.com. Okay. So let's see. Share this screen. Okay. Let me know if you don't see it. Everyone see that? Anyone want to unmute and let me know? Yes.
Yeah, I see it.
Thank you so much. Okay. So this is business.facebook.com. And if you're familiar with it, it's Meta Business Suite. Used to be called Business. I don't even know what it used to be called, but if you have any if you're familiar at all with Facebook and this platform, it changes daily. This changes daily. So with that said, and there's also there could be 200 different user experiences, dashboards in this, according to Zuck, at any given time. So this doesn't look familiar, even though you have a Meta Business Suite. All of the components are there. It's just
Stacy, all I see is an S. Like I don't see the
really
screen.
Oh, thank you for telling me. All right. Let me make sure. How about now?
No, still S.
Still S. Okay. We got this.
You can do
I
it.
got it. I can do it. Yes, I can. Tell me now.
Yep, there you go.
No,
Yep,
not
good
in
now.
Google Meets.
Yeah, you're in Google Meet now.
It's a different tab that you're in.
Oh my gosh.
You got to share your Facebook tab.
Yeah, I thought I was, but here we go. Meta. Why?
Yep. There you
Okay,
go.
there you are.
Okay. Everyone sees Meta Business Suite.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yay. All right. See what I mean? I hope this works. Okay. So we're in Meta Business Suite and all tools. This is, did it go with me? Or are we still
Yep,
in
you're
Meta
there.
Business Suite? Okay. All right. Yay. Okay. So we're going to go to set up bucket, to set up our custom audience. We're going to go to audience. Tell me if anyone just pipe in if it's not coming with. It's loading right now. So we're going to go to, so this is audiences. We're going to create an audience, custom audience.
You're back to the main screen you were on initially. It says to do
Okay.
list.
How
There
about
we go.
now?
Okay, yep.
There you go.
Okay.
So custom
Okay.
audience.
Remind me next time, and if anyone's coaching anyone, if you're doing a live class, to have an assistant. Okay. So this is how we're creating our custom audience. We went to create audience, and we're going to go to meta sources. Okay. Video. Next. And we're going to go to people who have completed 15 seconds of your video, and that's called a through play. You're going to check that. And you're going to upload your video, or like I'd said before, you could recycle anything that you've already used that's already in your Meta Business Suite. That's not me. Come on. Hey. Okay. Sorry, proprietary information being seen. Okay. So you will pick your video. One, what if you have a video that has a lot of views already or a lot of likes? Then that's a good one. That's a good one. So choose that. Especially if there's, the likes in the comments, because that's social proof, which gives you more credibility. So, and then confirm. And this is going to be, this bucket is our 30-day audience retention. So what that means is anybody who watched 15 seconds or a percentage of our video is going in this bucket. Okay. And then you want to name it. Whatever your naming convention is. My naming convention is I work with other people's accounts, so I always put my initial so people know. But if you want an idea, video view audience, and then you could say whatever your video is, and then 30 days, and then create audience. I'm not going to do that because I have that audience. So that's it. That is your 30-day custom audience. Okay, that's all you need. Now see, I have all these audiences. You can, this if you end up joining my my next level school, the ad lab, we're going to into all of like the whole rest of this strategy. And obviously we don't have time because I'm almost out of time. And we're going to create a 60-day and 90-day, and then we're going to create our retargeting audience. So that's how you create your custom audience. And now I want to go into setting up our campaign. Okay. So we have our bucket, we have our first bucket ready to go. And now I'm going to go to all tools, ads manager. And again, yours might look way different than mine. I want to make sure that we're all together here. Is everyone here on the ads manager? Let me know if you're not. Okay. All right. So we're going to campaign. It's on the left-hand side. And we're going to create a new campaign. This button right here. And the objective of this campaign is engagement. So we're going to click that. And I want you to know that I'm going to go through this kind of quickly because there's so many things I want you to uncheck, because AI is the default on everything now, and I have opinions about that. So I like to uncheck most of it. I'm going to say that I want you to uncheck everything. And I'm going to go through it as much as I can in the short time we have left, but I don't want to spend too much time dilly-dallying here because I want to take questions. So we're going to do a manual. See, we're not doing that. Not doing that. Name your campaign. You can name it whatever, video view audience, and whatever your video is or whatever you want to name it. And then we've got engagement right here is our objective. Okay. We're going to do ad set budget for this one. And this is another check. No, we're not going to share it with other ad sets. We're not going to do that. And next. Now, if you're a special category, there's 4 special categories. I don't think any of you are, but politics, housing. So if you're a realtor, that would apply to you, and you can chat with me later about that, about what you need to do. Workforce and financial. So if you're a financial planner and you're talking about that kind of stuff, you're also a special category. Okay. Ad set could be the same name as your ad, but it's the ad set. And then destinations, conversion location is on your ad. And I'm going to ask real quickly because I can't see the chat. Is everyone with me? And if you're not, speak now, please. Okay. We are going to maximize through plays. Okay. And that's off. Here's where you're going to set your budget. Okay. You could do $1 if you want. Today's the 15th. Happy tax day if you live in the US. I usually do mine the next day when I'm spending more money, but I like to do it first thing in the morning. So my campaigns are at 12:01 a.m. You do you. It doesn't really matter. We're not doing that. Now, for this, you could send this out to the universe if you want to. For the sake of this training, we're going to go with the US. We could also add Canada because I know we do have a lot of Canadians, and UK. But again, I don't want to spend a ton of time, not to be, US only, because really I'll come live with you in your country. Okay. And if you don't have a very niche audience, then go broad, meaning let Meta do their thing and find your people. If you are, let's say, just women or just certain age, you will want to go a little bit more here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to original audience. And what I'm preventing you from doing is there used to be like targeting, really granular targeting. And unless you have a really niche audience, I don't recommend that anymore. That's not what we're doing anymore. You're using your ad to target. So we're going to go to If you want to just target women or just a certain age group, or if you have just if you're a local business like a brick and mortar, you only can target by zip code. So you're going to further limit the reach of your ad. And then they're probably going to give you a bunch of pop-ups like, are you sure? You sure you don't want us to do everything for you? So we age. See, now I tend to work with the older ladies because I'm 37. We don't want to include people on WhatsApp. And if you want to do gender, you can do gender. All right, this one's important. For this type of campaign, for this strategy, we are only going on Facebook and Instagram. There's so many other places now. We're doing Facebook and Instagram. And that's because that's the only way we can capture that data and go back and retarget. So I'm not even going to go. Let's see if I can. No, we don't want Advantage Plus. Okay. We want manual placements. And we're going to uncheck. So we're going to uncheck all the things that aren't Facebook and Instagram. I know Messenger is, but we're not going to have that. Okay. So let's see if there's anything else you need to know. Any AI, turn it off. I'm going to stick with that for now. Okay, next. And I want you to review before you hit publish. You want to make sure you're not spending $1,000 instead of $1. All the things, just have a look. And then when you're done, you could hit publish. And congratulations, you hit publish. That means your ad is now going to Meta to be reviewed. And sometimes it gets approved in a minute. Sometimes it takes a couple hours. And if it's a brand new account, it might take a couple hours. And that's okay. That doesn't mean you did anything wrong. I will say on that note, make sure that you're familiar with the ad policies. And I didn't go over them, but a lot of them are just kind of common sense. Like you can't sell guns or ammunition. A lot of them aren't common sense. A lot of them are health and wellness. You can't promise you're going to cure somebody with beef or any anti-vaxxing stuff. Like all that is a no-no. That will get flagged. And Facebook doesn't like for you to make people feel bad. So by feeling bad means calling people out on how they look, what their race is, like all of that. And you're not making people feel bad. It doesn't even have to be like derogatory, but if you say, hey, singles, they don't like that. Or, hey, do you want to lose weight? They don't like that. So, or are you heavy? Whatever. Try not to say you very much in your ad. But for the most part, everyone here is fine, except you robots that I didn't ban. Okay, I have maybe a few more slides, but let's see, what's next? I don't want to prevent questions because we've got just a few minutes left. Let's see what we got. Again, my slides changed a gazillion times. Okay, now what? Okay, so how do you know if your ads are working? When and how do I retarget? What do I do if my numbers look off? How do I move from awareness to getting leads? Now, what I want you to know, because I want you to think like, oh, I did this and now all I want you to do is join my community. I want you to know that if you set up this ad you're good. You don't need to do more than that. You could just keep every week, you could add a different one and you would be ahead of the game, honestly. You're getting a lot of brand awareness just by doing that. But if you want to go further, you want to build up this 90-day plan, we are starting in my community, the ad lab, and that starts Monday. Today's Wednesday. It starts Monday, and we're going to finish building that out. And I'll show you the slide in a second. It's $37 in case people wanted to know. It's $37 and it comes with, there's a playbook that is all written out step by step. It's a white label. I didn't make this playbook. And that I have to, because that is a white label, I'm under contract to sell that for no less than $17. So you get that, and then you get the live trainings. So today, make sure you have all your stuff set up, find your video, build your custom audience, set up your campaign, and let me know. Let me know who has questions. We have a few minutes. Oh, Craig and Patty. Is it Craig or Patty or both? Are you both here?
It's just Patty today.
Hi, Patty.
Hi,
Okay, what's
Jen.
your question?
I did start on Instagram kind of rebooting my account, but I was doing a lot of like 9 to 13 second reels. So I need longer content, correct?
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily. You really don't. I mean, that'll work, but
Okay.
to get a better gauge of if they are ideal, because if it's 9 seconds, a lot of people might watch the whole thing and they're not really getting the best, data. So yeah, I mean, 30 seconds to a minute.
Okay. Thank you.
You could certainly start this way and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's $1.
Something's already done.
Anyone else? Yeah. Anton.
Hey, hi, Stacy. Thanks again for
Hi.
putting this together. My only question is, I'm very new to this. I don't have that many followers. So, would you recommend that maybe I run a campaign to get some people to follow me initially, whether it's my Instagram page or Facebook page, or do I just start running these ads? And maybe I misunderstood, but is this for the purpose of people liking my page?
Okay, that's a great question. You don't necessarily need to do that as far as getting likes. Those will naturally happen when you start sharing your goodness out there. And let's see. No, these ads are not for the purpose of getting people to like your page. The purpose of these ads are to start to get people to know who you are. And they might not like you, and that's fine. They don't like you. They're not going in your bucket, right? You don't have to share content with them anymore. And if they like you, you do more. So great question.
Thank you.
We do have another one. I'm sorry. It's Silverado Financial
I'm sorry, I
Network.
could not change my name, so I'm sorry. The name is
That's
cool.
okay.
I'm new
Okay,
to
I have a
Cool
few-
Beat, so I'm like, how do I do? Where do I go? So that's why
Yeah.
it became difficult. So am I still able to ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'm new to this space and with you, so thank you for allowing me to be here. I am
Oh.
interested in your course and in whatever the next level will be. But my question to you is, my target market is individuals with disabilities. I just launched my book. From where I sit, anything and everything is possible. So I just created that. And so my market is Spanish speaking and English speaking. So I have followers in both markets. So what would you recommend or how to proceed with Facebook? I have a lot of followers in Facebook and LinkedIn. Those are my two. So Facebook would be where I would be since we're dealing with that. So, but
Okay, so is your I'm gonna put the link to, well, no, I'm not, because I don't have it set up yet. It's my bad.
because of the algorithms and so on, whatever, with all this learning here, should I just focus on one language or one market, or is it okay to place 2 ads, or one in English and one in Spanish with those videos? What would be the best approach?
Here's a really great new addition is Facebook Meta has added translations, and you could, I think there's like 16, 17, 21 different languages. So you could share your video in English and Spanish, but you don't necessarily have to. And then there's a box and you can check that to have it translate. So that's a beautiful thing for a business like yours. It's funny because most of the businesses that I do ads for, I uncheck that box, because if they're just one language, if they're English speaking, a lot of times if it gets translated into another language, the business owner has a hard time selling and communicating and doing customer service and all those things. So at first you think, oh, this is great, I'll translate to everybody. But if you can't service that person, then just leave it in whatever your language is. But in your case, that's awesome.
Great, thank you. Super.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, thank you so much. I am blown away. This has been so nice. Thank you all for spending your time with me. I know that everyone's busy, and so I really appreciate it. And I didn't have my link for my community, but I'm Stacy Kovitz. My school community is Gen X Ads Women. No, Gen X Ads Community. So come over and we'll get you signed up if you want to go the next step for the Gen X Ad Lab. And if not, there's tons of content in there right now that you could see for free, and we have a great community. And again, I thank you all so much, and I apologize that I didn't get that first 15 minutes recorded. If you have any questions about that, tell me what your name is again. Silverado.
My name is Sully, Zully, Zully.
Zully. Hi. Message me if there was, because I didn't have it recorded and I was going too fast. Please reach out,
Great.
Any questions. Right?
Will
And
do.
thank you so much. I'm
Thank
gonna end. Bye.
All right, thank you, Stacy.